What even are you playing? Imagine. Let me guess. It's the classic pet simulator. Don't tell me I actually have to get 10 out of 10 upgrades on all of these,
we
bro.
can't afford to lose anyone else.
That's gonna be a while right there. Field hospital, I already played that. Stupid ass field hospital mission. Find and secure the supply drop. Are you kidding me right now?
I think somebody's out there.
You mean like help?
Help me, please!
What do you mean
I
a
don't
level
think it's
8
help.
fucking medical mission? Garbage.
We confirm phase 1 was a success. Repeat, phase 1 success. We confirm phase 1 was a success.
Brought in another load of polystyrene. You good?
Yeah, I'm making the next batch now. We should have plenty to go around.
We just brought in...
Are you...
Observing the southern defenses. It's a hard checkpoint blocking the...
That was stupid. To have one cover star.
Just brought in another load of... For God's sake.
We confirm phase 1 was a success. Repeat, phase 1
Yeah, but all
success.
I'm seeing
Close
is
steady,
Kobe
tank
so
out
far.
solid.
So
Roger.
who's the second
We
one?
confirm phase 1 was...
Watch it not be Jokic. I'm gonna laugh.
We confirm phase 1 was a success. Repeat, phase 1 success.
If Jimmy Butler's on the cover, yeah. And Drill told me I'm buying that. I don't think so, buddy. Not if Jimmy Butler's on the cover. I will never buy any edition that has Jimmy Butler on it. That's just embarrassing. That is just embarrassing. If Jimmy Butler's even partially on that, nah. Jimmy Butler is a garbage can. He's a consistent choker. He constantly gets to the playoffs.
Agent, we got a supply drop that needs recovery. Together,
worse
we
than
can
I've
tackle
ever
this.
seen.
But I'm sure glad it's you out there and not me.
Bro,
Just
he's
remember that you're
always
special. Because most people just don't survive when confronted with such heavily armed hostiles in large numbers.
Whatever, and he just
Sending
fucking
coordinates.
flops.
Bet nobody's worried about
Listen, it doesn't matter if he went up against a super team. He's not doing as good as he's supposed to. And that's embarrassing. Listen, I don't care if he goes up against goddamn LeBron James, pal. I really don't care. Okay? I don't care if he goes up. Okay, buddy. If Jarrell was here, you would have never said that if Jarrell was here. Okay. Okay, next time he joins the party, I want to hear you say that. I gotta see this. Bro, he always loses in the playoffs, though. So why does that matter? Listen, he always loses in the playoffs. Jason Tatum always loses in the playoffs. I mean,
me good to see you.
Calling all units. We've got a hostile stronghold up on West 29th. Please investigate.
No, nothing.
Double headshot. I saw all of it in the Xbox store this morning. Xbox telling me you have to buy this game. And you know what? I wanted to go and punch him in the face because I'm like, it's another NBA 2K. Nothing different about it. All this time, the only thing they changed about this is they changed the MJ game mode and made it a Kobe game mode.
Without
instead.
you, I don't think we could have taken him out.
And I don't even want to play it because the game mode was so fucking ridiculously difficult for no reason. The game mode had no reason to be that hard. If we want to enjoy the game mode, then they should make the game mode enjoyable, not difficult. I don't see what the point is. Why are you playing a Russian game? Why are you playing a game with non-English text? There's a Russian person in your chat. Not being racist, by the way. Bulgaria. That's... okay, buddy.
We confirmed phase 1 was a success.
Yeah, but that's near you know where. So...
We confirmed phase 1 was a
technically,
success.
to some
Repeat,
degree.
Phase 1 success. Flow steady, tank held solid. Roger that, good to hear. You boys got Hudson Yards clean count numbers?
Stop an arms deal. In what world would Negan need to stop an arms deal? That's just stupid. Okay. Okay, buddy. Abilities. I unlocked a new ability. Smart cover. Reinforces a cover, increasing weapon performance and damage mitigation. Ooh la la. First aid. Heals all allies within small radius. I don't know, man. Something tells me Negan would get the explosive fucking sticky bomb that just like blows off all your limbs. Oh, so you can just acquire all these random perks. You know what? I think this is great. I automatically get these perks and I don't even have to assign them. Wonderful. Glad that the game's making me better without me having to do anything. That's just wonderful. Yeah, me too, dude. No. Right, it's like... The only reason I would play that is for maybe Twitch. But other than that, I don't think I would play it for anything else than just doing either like a series on it or just like making streams or videos. I mean, I got a RPK, bro. I just put all these fire camos on here. I still swear that I owned the full game of Breakpoint at some point. I do not remember not owning the full... No, I'm talking about Ghost Recon. Yeah, no, I thought I owned the full Ghost Recon Breakpoint, but apparently not. Even if it is. I mean, I'll fly if it's in GTA, but... Isn't that game also like a free, like, game at one point on Game Pass or Gold or something? Because... sounds a lot more fun than Flight Simulator. Not a big fan of train simulators either, because the last one I saw had 200 downloadable content. Don't get me started. Train Sim World.
You are now entering a safe area.
Yeah, I searched up the most expensive games. That one's like at number 5 or something. Next to like... There's some game that's on PC that actually is like over $100,000. Let's see, at number 15, we got Evolve with $136. I think Call of Duty Cold War was on here somewhere. Little Big Planet 3, $470 worth of fucking content. What? That's crazy. EVE Online, $500. The Sims 4, over 870 bucks. GTA Online, Diamond Casino and Resort update. Over 800 bucks. So the Diamond Casino update. When it comes to ridiculous add-on content prices and offerings, Dead or Alive 6 with $2,051. Oh man. DCS World, $2,575. Rocksmith 2014 Remastered, $6,757. Train Simulator 2020, $10,373. Path of Exile, 12.5K. That's crazy. The most notable parts of this purchase are a mention in the game's credits and a special title as well, but surely all of this is not worth 5 figures. Star Citizen, 27,000. Star Citizen. It is a, they said it's kind of like No Man's Sky. It is a universe simulator based on space. Cold War actually has an incalculable amount of money. Black Ops Cold War has incalculable. It takes number 1. Because you cannot calculate all of the money worth of DLC that there is. Have you heard of Entropia Universe? Entropia Universe back in 2003. So basically, the year I was born. That's insane. Project Entropia dollars had a fixed exchange rate of 10 for 1 when compared to the US dollar, and could be bought and withdrawn at any time. This led the game to featuring a bunch of assets that could be bought for players to use in the game, The total value of all the items that could be bought in the game came at around an absolutely absurd $6 million, which is simply insane. The largest transaction that happened in the game was in 2010, with a deal that was valued at around $635,000. The fact that such a ginormous number was being traded around in a video game is hard to believe. Should we see how much people spend on CSGO? What the average? $10 most expensive microtransaction and DLC in games ever. Let's see. What's on this list? Oh, bro, Entropia takes it for $6 mil again. That's crazy. We got Diamond Chisel, Curiosity, for $77,000. That's crazy. Okay, number 10 is Pirate King Pack for RimWorld, $400. RimWorld ended up being a major hit in 2013, was seeking the help of fans to accumulate a starting budget of a little over $200,000. The game eventually launched in 2018 and became a sensation, sold over 1 million copies just that year, becoming one of the most popular indie titles on Steam, and reportedly generating over $100 million in revenue. Back when the game was still seeking funding on Kickstarter, enthusiastic fans could pay the $400 tier, which, aside of including all lower tiers, would allow them to design a weapon, animal, or plant for the game. So basically, you could add your own stuff to the game if you paid $400. That's crazy, bro. Earning the dubious honor of being listed here twice, EVE Online's premium currency model also features Plex, which is a sort of in-game abstraction of your subscription or game time. Plex, RM, and ISK, the stuff you earn with regular in-game activities, are all connected to the game economy, with exchange rates that fluctuate. Plex can be earned instead of bought, meaning skilled players can technically unlock or purchase premium features for free, though time and effort is required. But they also sell the currency. Technically, premium currencies are always considered microtransactions, but when you're dropping $500 on space money, all sense of micro is lost, considering the cost of some capital ships and how prone to being blown up in the game's various highly publicized wars they are. 15,400 Plex can disappear in a jiffy. All the DLC, Train Simulator 2020, $10,145. Do you really like trains? Train Simulator 2020 is all about the realistic recreation of the train driving experience, and presents players or trainees, since this is actually used as educational software too, with a dizzying array of locations, routes, and train types to explore. That is, if you buy all the DLC. The base game still has quite a bit of content, but just like its cousin Truck Simulator, Train Simulator is meant to be expanded with the content you are specifically interested in. Naturally, the developers don't actually expect any one person to buy all of the DLC. Rather, the idea is that you get the trains, routes, and other bonuses you care about while skipping the rest. Still, this would be a completionist nightmare. All costumes, Dead or Alive 5. Last round. $1,117. What? Okay. This fighting game is well known not for its mechanics, not for its storyline or any other factor most games become famous for, but rather for its notoriously low quantity of clothes on female characters and the special attention the developers paid to the physics of certain body parts. While many will try to convince you that DOA has a legitimate place in the hardcore fighting game pantheon, they might even be right. The series claimed to fame and controversy due to being exploitative and sexist of featuring scantily clad fighters is further reinforced by over $1,000 worth of costumes, most of which further reduce the fabric density. All songs, Rocksmith, $6,554. If you're familiar with rhythm games, you are undoubtedly familiar with Rocksmith. Basically a realistic guitar hero, where instead of big colorful buttons and abstractions of note, you need to play an actual guitar. The title became popular both as a party game and an educational tool to teach people how to play real instruments. While the base game comes with a broad selection of songs from various artists, you can expand the library with individual tracks, each of which could be bought for around $3. Thing is, around 2,200 individual songs were available, meaning if you want to have a complete Rocksmith song library, you'd have to drop $6,554 in total. Path of Exile has a great deal of goodwill in the gaming community for the simple reason that it came out around the time that Diablo 3 did. Had a notoriously troubled launch and for years suffered huge quantities of criticisms. They patched up the game. Meanwhile, Path of Exile launched as a free-to-play hack and slash, much more to the authentic feel of the gameplay of the classic Diablo and Diablo 2, which caused hordes of disgruntled fans to flock to it and sing its praises. Helping it grow, Path of Exile remains hugely popular to this day and has escaped the ire that most games relying on DLC and microtransactions receive. The ruler of Ray class takes the cake with a price tag of $12.5 thousand. This immense amount of cash would buy you the privilege of design, a unique item and enemy that would appear in the game, a special title, a mention in the game's credits, and several other perks also available in lower tiers. Apparently designing monsters is an expensive business, since the $1,500 pack includes everything except that. Legatus Pack, Star Citizen, $27,000. Star Citizen has gone through its share of pricing-related controversies, mostly aimed at the high cost of individual ships and game packages. Despite having constantly delayed release dates, enough people have faith, us included, in Star Citizen to have recently pushed it past $350 million in funding. Though no longer sold, we imagine the biggest DLC pack for the game helped to reach that milestone. The Legatus pack was only available to players who already sunk at least $1,000 into the game, and was a massive $27,000 package including every variant of every ship that was available at the time, alongside a bunch of other highly exclusive goodies and perks that would mark owners as the real high rollers of the galaxy. You can't buy the Legatus pack anymore, mostly due to the changes that the Star Citizen's business model went through over the years, though we imagine the controversy contributed. But considering the kind of excitement backers have displayed in the past, we don't doubt that at least a few people dropped the cash for this. And hey, it's still cheaper than that dumb chisel. $27,000 for variants of the ships. $27,000. Right. For every variant of every ship, plus a bunch of extra goodies and perks that were exclusive. The real high rollers of the galaxy. It's disappointment in a box. The Diamond Chisel Curiosity, $77,000. At least with Train Simulator, you got a bunch of locomotives and highly detailed, realistic recreations of countries and track routes for only $10,000. Here, you get a fancy chisel to use in an infinitely less interesting game. Curiosity was one of many controversial experiments. The game presented players with a massive cube that you could dig through by tapping your screen. All players around the world were digging through the same immense cube with the mysterious, allegedly life-altering prize at the very center that only a single person could win. You could play for free and optionally purchase microtransactions that got you special chisels that dug faster. The Diamond Chisel was particularly controversial. Controversial, being sold for 50,000 euros. What? It isn't clear whether anyone actually ever bought it. We're going to guess not, but if anyone did, they'd have been in for a huge disappointment. The prize was revealed to be a special role in a new game called Godus, which ended up having a troubled development cycle. Curiosity was won by Brian Henderson in 2013. Today, Godus is still in early access and has a mostly negative rating on Steam. And the winner, last we know of, has yet to receive any of the promised rewards, such as 1% royalty payments. $6 million. That isn't a typo, but it does bear some explanation if you haven't heard of Entropia Universe. Don't worry, this sci-fi space opera MMO isn't like other games, and despite running since 2003 and featuring some of the biggest exchanges of real money in a virtual environment, it isn't really widely reported on by the media. While it has many of the trappings of regular MMO, the game's weird economy, which is directly linked to real money, makes it an outlier. The kicker is that you could cash out in-game money to actual US dollars at a fixed 10-to-1 ratio. Despite looking like a sci-fi game, the actual point of Entropia is to be economic simulator of sorts. And interesting, many major real-world companies play this game. You can buy and sell a multitude of virtual goods, and when you add a crafting system into the mix, Entropia can often feel like a job more than a game. Every time you fire a shot, that bullet flying through the air is costing you real cash, in a sense. Players can also own and sell land, which is where... While ultimately the planet wasn't sold to one entity, technically you could have personally bought every single land deed and owned the entire virtual planet for the value of $6 million. The land deeds were purchased in bulk by various real-life companies who still drop massive amount of cash on this game. That's crazy. Imagine being a real company and dropping cash on that fucking game, bro. $6 million to buy the whole map, bro. I want you to think about that.